So let's get organized with our 100 for mat Pilates. So I like to kind of find my seat, organize my shoulders, reach my arms forward, and then with my shoulders organized, I'm descending to the floor, controlling with my core, my descent. And then once I get down here, I like to really make sure my shoulder blades are flat underneath me, and as is my sacrum, flat underneath me. And let's begin by coming into our breath, just kind of finding our breath, finding our deep diaphragmatic inhalation, and scooping exhalation, just starting kind of to wake up those core muscles, first relaxing with an inhale and then activating with an exhale, starting to kind of lower and lower that sensation on the exhale till you're really drawing up from your pelvic floor. On the exhale, really drawing up from your bottom on the exhale. And one more warm up breath. And we will elevate for our 100. I forgot the name, 100. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 3, 4, 5. 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 Last inhalation, last exhalation, and relax everything back and down. Hug your knees in. Look to the right. Back to center. Look to the left. And back to center. I'm going to change the order today. Stretching out my left leg and flexing it, drawing my right leg up, and it's pointed. You're missing the top of my, I can fix that. No, you have most of it. Well, you've got part of a foot. And I'm going to turn my leg out. Right, so turning my knee out, and then maybe my hands are here, maybe my hands are here, wherever I'm comfortable. Getting ready with my breath for my one single leg circle. I'm going to cross my body and circle around, and the size of my circle is whatever size I can manage with still hips. So if I start to really rock my hips, I want to make my circle a little bit smaller. We've got 5 and 5. Using your breath. One more. And I come back to center. I'm ready to go the other way. So I'm going to drop away and then come around and across. There we go. Beautiful. Hug this knee in like you mean it. Extend my right leg out and flex. Draw my left leg in and pointed, turning my leg out. Ready for side 2. I'm going to cross over and around. Last one in that direction. Oop. See, I just perceived a little movement in my hip and I had to regroup and settle them down to drop it out and around. I think I've 5 and hugged it in. I think I've learned this about myself, so you can notice these things about yourself. When my right leg is the standing leg, my right hip is a little less stable than my left hip is. So that's an interesting thing to know. Bring my other knee in, hug it in, fingers underneath my knee creases. Let's roll up. So a few of us are going to roll like a ball, and Janet's going to do camel or something like camel. So I'm on my sits bones. My fingers are underneath my knees and my elbows are out. Organize my shoulders. I'm nice and tall. To warm up, inhale here and exhale here. And then I'm going to inhale to roll back and exhale to roll up. And I want to have that sensation on that exhale that I'm kind of like drawing a string up from the bottom of my pelvic floor to pull me up. So there's like a string from my bottom all the way up to here. That's the sensation. And Janet can even have that sensation in her camel. Couple more here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So sitting up nice and tall, reaching my arms out, organize my shoulders, right? Here's disorganized, here's organized. I'm going to take myself back down. I'm going to stretch out my legs and flex my feet. I'm ready for my roll up. So my arms are coming right above my shoulders like I'm a zombie. And we're going to go with our breath. So I'm going to inhale, lift my head and shoulders. I'm going to exhale, come up the rest of the way if I'm able to. I'm going to inhale to descend and exhale to finish the descent. And that's the action with my breath. So you want to use your breath throughout the whole process. Use that scooping up and in of the core, drawing it up from my pelvic floor, if I can have that sensation. Let's have 2 more here. Okie dokie. Relax everything, maybe stretch everything. Maybe take some funny positions. And we're going to get ready for the 5 abdominals. So to prepare, I'm going to just kind of float my knees in the air. So my feet are off the ground. I'm going to organize my shoulders. And I'm going to have a really nice inhalation just on the ground here. Scooping exhalation. Coming up for single leg stretch. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. My head is curved, looking straight ahead, not up. Couple more. And let's take it down to the ground. Regroup my shoulders if they've shifted at all. Nice inhalation on the ground. Scooping exhalation. Double legs. Inhale up. 5, 4, 3, 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, extend. Inhale. Keeping my neck curved. Couple more. And relax back down. Now, of course, a modification for any of these would be to just keep my head on the ground and just do the leg gesture. That would be a modification if I was having trouble with my neck, and that's a perfectly fine modification, or to support my head with my hand. So those are two perfectly good modifications. Our next move is scissors. So let's have a nice deep inhalation on the ground. Scooping exhalation. Inhale up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, chew. Inhale, exhale. Couple more. Relax everything down. Let's look to the right, hugging my knees in. Back to center. Let's look to the left. Lower leg is next. So I've got two options here. The easier option would be to have one hand over the other behind my head, or even potentially just leaving my head on the ground. Second option is to make a V for my, a diamond underneath my sacrum. And so that would be it. So pick your option, and we're going to inhale to begin. Scooping exhale. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The action is I'm looking straight ahead. The action is I'm lowering as low as I want to lower it. I don't have to lower that low, and then inhaling back up. So exhale, maybe I only come to here, and inhale back up. So do what suits your body. That's on the exhale is the descent. Option 2. When I do this, I don't lower my legs quite as much. Just feeling in my back. Couple more. All right, hugging those knees in, taking a break for a second, maybe rocking my sacrum. Last is crisscross, so hand over hand behind my head. And I'm going to inhale here to prepare. Scooping exhalation. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, like a bicycle gesture. I'm hitting all the breaths. And relax everything back and down. Let's put our feet on either side of our mat. I'm going to windshield wiper my knees back and forth just to relax my sacrum and lower back area. Breathing through it. Beautiful. Bring my knees in, fingers underneath my knee creases to roll up for spine stretch forward. Sitting up nice and tall. Itching your ear. No, just kidding. Just kidding. My feet are flexed. My spine is long, neck in line with my spine. My arms come forward like I'm a zombie. I'm going to inhale and grow taller. I'm going to exhale and I'm going to scoop over a giant ball. So this is really about drawing that core up and in. And inhale. So this is correct. And inhale. This is how I used to do it wrong. Inhale, exhale. That would be incorrect. Inhale and exhale. Keep going. And I do allow some movement of my shoulders here. So they're retracted here on my inhale. I allow for some protraction on this exhale when I'm scooping, meaning they're wrapping around my shoulders a little bit, my rib cage a little bit. Couple more. Beautiful. We're going to lay back down for corkscrew. So I'm going to put my sits bones under me, my feet underneath me, sit up nice and tall and descend. And I'm going to bring my legs up, heels together, toes are pointed. So for corkscrew, we've got two options. So option number one is I draw my legs towards my head and then I circle to the left, keeping my hips still, draw my legs towards my head and circle to the right. Option number two is I roll up and circle to the left, roll up and circle to the right. So do it as you like. Whatever serves your body is what interests me. There's one thing I've learned through working with lots of different people and lots of different bodies is that we are all unique. And so the most important thing is to discover how you personally want to move or personally how you need to move because of any physical injury or reality that you're dealing with, and staying true to yourself. That's the best motion. So in some ways, one of the benefits of Zoom classes is that you have less of an ability to look around the room and see what everybody else is doing, which I think is something maybe we did when we were younger, trying to match what other people were doing. And it's more important to be true to self. A couple more. Using the breath. Beautiful. My knees come in. My fingers are underneath my creases. I'm going to roll up. Shaboop for saw. So let's see how I did today in terms of, yes, you're going to, oh, there you go. You have both feet in the screen. Great. So my feet are flexed. I'm sitting up nice and tall. Arms come out in a T. I'm going to inhale here. I'm going to exhale and scoop over, slicing pinky finger to pinky toe. Inhale up, exhale and scoop. So we're really engaging the oblique muscles. You can feel the side muscles here. And I also love here how we're also engaging the pillars of support in my lower back. So this is getting some strengthening for the quadratus lumborum, the QL in your lower back, and also multifidus. Of course, the erector spinae are going on for the ride.
Wherever right. Gotcha, Andy.
You know me talking about muscles.
You go, girl.
I know, right? I'm like, when did I learn that? Like 40 years ago?
Well, some of these, I mean, it's, you know, I think it's interesting to talk about the ones that are more subtle, because unless you had a pain in your lower back, you would not necessarily be aware of your quadratus lumborum. It's what I call more of a mindful muscle, right? So it's doing some really important support of your spine, and you can stop for a second, but it's more mindful in the sense of like my biceps, I can feel my biceps when I worked them. My quadratus lumborum, even if I work it out, I don't feel it that strongly. So it's more that in my mind, I have to put my mind to that place in my lower back so I can feel like I'm building the ability to support there. So great. Let's, oh, I know what we're doing, because I was going to do something. I was going to do the next thing. I was going to skip something, but now I'm not going to skip it because my brain tuned in. We're coming prone.
Uh-oh.
We're coming prone. It's okay. So let's first, my hands are underneath my shoulders, but I'm going to just relax. Look at how plutzed I am. I'm completely relaxed. There's no tension anywhere in my body. So just really relax. Maybe your head is to the left, maybe your head is to the right, wherever your head feels comfortable. Just take a moment or two to just completely relax after everything we did in the first part of class.
Don't be here too long. I don't want to go to sleep.
Okay. Now I'm going to lift my head. My head is hovered. My hands are underneath my shoulders. So my shoulders are relaxed now. Draw my shoulders back. So retract my shoulder blade, and then go ahead, protract them again. Relax your shoulders again, and then retract your shoulder blades. I want you to feel what that feels like. Drop them again, and then pull them back. Okay, good. Now we're going to inhale and come up into cobra. You can come up this high, or you can come up less high. That's fine. But I want my shoulders drawing back. Exhale and come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Now, what I want you to do is lift up just a little bit like this. And I want you to, I'm going to show it to you this way. Just make circles with your shoulders. So you're just be elevated enough that you can move your shoulders. So just make circles with your shoulders and change direction. Great. And then I'm going to reach my arms back behind me, and I'm going to engage my legs here now too. So my head is hovered. My shoulders are rolling back, so my arms can reach back, so my shoulders can roll back. And I'm going to inhale and lift my upper body and my legs. Locust, Shalabhasana. Exhale, come down. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time, inhale up. Exhale down. Slide back to child's pose, or whatever is a restful position for you. Child's pose doesn't work for everybody because of knees. So whatever's a little restful transition for you, take that. We'll breathe for a few moments. But not long enough to fall asleep. And let's come forward into Sphinx. So my elbows are underneath my shoulders, right? So they're not ahead of my shoulders. They're not behind my shoulders. They're right underneath my shoulders. And when I'm here, my belly actually is a little bit lifted, but my legs are down. My pelvis is down, but my belly's a little bit lifted. So inhale here. Exhale here. My neck's in line with my spine. And then just kick, straighten, kick, straighten. I forget if somebody told me this didn't work for them. If it doesn't work for you, you don't have to do it.
That would be me.
One more set, I should say. All right, good. I want to try something different today, and that is this. I'm gonna roll onto my side, and then I'm gonna come onto my back on my elbows. So I just want you to be, it's almost like you're a teenager. You're just like this. And again, my elbows are underneath my shoulders. And once you get here, feel your shoulders drawing back, right? So here would be me collapsed. Now I look a lot like a teenager. And then here I am drawing my shoulders back. And I usually just keep my neck up like this. I could lay my neck back, but I'm most comfortable like this. So just inhale it here and exhale here. Scoop that exhale and inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. Now I'm placing my palms down because I'm gonna come into a little bit of a reverse plank on my forearms. So staying on my forearms. Inhale here. Exhale, lift your hips off the floor. Inhale, come down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, come down. Something new and different. Exhale and lift. Inhale down. Exhale and lift. Inhale down. Exhale and lift. Okay, you graduated. Let's come on our side. I should probably do a time check. We're okay. Let's come on our side. So I'm drawing my body on the line of my mat, the back line of my mat. I've drawn my body, and then I'm going to bring my feet forward on a little bit of a diagonal. My hips are stacked, my shoulders are stacked. My hand is supporting my head, or I can lie down just like this, whatever I'm comfortable at. This hand can support me here, or if I ever want to put it on my hip, I can. And I'm going to draw my leg up. We're going to do the full normal set. I know I give you different things. We're going to do the full normal Pilates set today. Flex my foot, kick it forward as far as I can without moving my hip, point and swing it back as far as I can without moving my hip. That's what we're working for. With your breath. One more. Bring my legs together for a moment. Feel really how throughout everything, my bottom leg also supports, right? I'm going to inhale up in 1, exhale down in 3. 1, 2, and 3. Last one. Right into up in 3. 1, 2, 3, and down. Feeling this. Give me one more here. Circles. 6, 7, 8. Change direction. 6, 7, 8. Phew. Cross it in front. Relax for a moment. Janet likes to do it like this. I've seen people do it different ways. That's okay. Bottom leg comes up and down. Bottom leg, circles. Six, seven, eight, change direction. Six, seven, and eight. Okay, I'm ready for side two. Line yourself up right on the mat. And, okay, hand problem, sorry. Bring my legs forward. Stacked and stacked, I'm ready to go. Bring my leg up, flex it, kick it forward, flex, point it back. Remember, this hip isn't moving. So that's kind of the distance I can go is how far can I go without moving, right? So here that's would be incorrect, right? So that's when I'm moving my hip. Feel the support of the bottom leg. One more. Relax for just one moment. I'm up in one, down in three. 1, 2, and 3. Use your breath. One more time. Okay, relax. No, don't relax. Up in 3. 1, 2, 3, down in 1. No relaxing.
Right, 'cause they don't move again.
The truth is in relax, we want to blend rest, as I've given you some moments of rest, but that wasn't one of them. 1, 2, 3, down 1. Let me just show you again that like this would be incorrect, right? To roll out of my hip like that.
Oh, okay.
One more time, I'm up in 1, 2, 3, and down in 1, lifting circles. 6, 7, 8, change direction while I weep. 6, 7, ouch. Step it in front, relax for a momento, up and down.
Good Lord.
And circles. 6, 7, 8, change direction. 6, 7, and 8. Good. So stretch anything out while we transition to the
I got
part
you.
of the program where I just make decisions. Okay, so I want to do a little bit of shoulder exploration in a couple of different ways. So let's actually start supine. So start on your back and stretch your arms out. And what I want you to do is hand over hand behind my head. I'll move down so you can totally see my upper body. So, because this is an upper body thing. So lay my shoulder blades down on the ground underneath me. And inhale here. I'm going to exhale and bring my elbows together. And inhale. Exhale. So when I bring my elbows together, my shoulder blades wrap around my side ribs a little bit. They protract a little bit. When I inhale, they retract. So feel that slight motion in your shoulder blades. exhale, inhale. Let's add a little bit of a core challenge. I'm going to inhale here. I'm going to exhale, lift my head. If I'm happier with my knees bent, I can bend my knees. One more. All right, relax for a moment. Now, coming all the way around, we're going to come into a plank. And what we're playing with is the idea of this. My shoulder blades, normally I ask them to be right on my back, but there's also a position of strength when they protract and they're wrapping around my side ribs is also a different position of strength, okay? So we're going to explore it in a couple of different ways. The first way is in a plank. So, and you can half plank this or you can full plank it, whatever you like to do. You can half plank it or full plank it. Don't you look like, doesn't it look like I have a huge belly because of my t-shirt? All right, so half plank or full plank. What I'm doing is this. I'm going to inhale and push my hands away, come into like a little cat position. My shoulder blades are wrapping around the sides of my ribs. I'm going to exhale and retract my shoulder blades. Scapula push-up. Neck in line with spine. All right, good. Now, bring one knee forward and pivot. And what I want you to feel is this is a supported side plank. And when you're here, I want you to feel that you can actually reach this top hand around, feel your shoulder blade, let your shoulder blade wrap around a little bit, and then you're really in a more supported position for this side plank. So you can do it this way. Slightly harder would be to be here. Hardest would to be here. And then you can feel how your shoulder blade wrapping around my ribs is what's helping me stay here in this arm balance. Breathe here. And then come out of it. Whichever one you did, come on out of it. And then we'll go to side two. So I can be on my knee. So here's a good starting place, right? But go ahead, once even in this starting place, I'm going to wrap that rib around. I can be here. I can be here. And I can be here. So those are all my options. Great. Come out of that. That was a little exploration. All right, good. So let us let's do the traditional Pilates conclusion, which is walking into plank, inchworm into plank. So let's do it that way, okay? So if I'm here, you can see me. I've got a room with 2 mats set up in case I work with people. So here we go. So let's stand up nice and tall. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, I'm curving one vertebrae at a time to take myself down to the ground. Hands on the ground. I'm going to walk out to a plank. And then I'm going to walk myself back using my breath. And then I'm going to curl up one vertebrae at a time. And prepare to go again. So that's the pattern. Using your breath. And you can take the option if you like, when you come into the plank, you can take a push-up there if you like. But that push-up is completely optional. tell you something else I've learned. So this whole notion of keeping my neck in line with my spine, I think many of us don't realize how often when we're working out, we unconsciously drop our heads. And my head's really heavy. So if I do that, my head makes it harder to do a push-up. My push-up is easier if my head is elevated. That's actually an easier push-up. I learned that the hard way. I believe there's 4 more. So I think there's 2 more. Oops, sometimes my sticky mat is slippy. What's up with that?
Bad mat.
Right? Anybody's hands slip on their mat? It's crazy. All right, let me do a little time checkaroo. Well, I'm virtually out of time. Let's just stand together. So I've been talking about this a lot. So what I'm really noticing in my body is that if I draw my rib cage, my shoulder blades back and down, some people say put it in my back pocket, brings my arm bones into place, but also it kind of gives me kind of the top half of a T that supports anything that's going on down here, right? So I feel like if I end up in kyphosis, which a lot of us do at our desks, that also just relaxes everything, right? So everything's trying to go down, 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 right? Whereas if I can bring my shoulders up, my shoulders actually help to engage my core. So feel that connection today as you go around your day. Feel that connection between where your shoulders are and how your core feels, right? So I always want that feeling of tailbone down and pubic bone up, right? It's a teeny tiny pelvic tilt. It's not a big pelvic tilt, but there's like, rather than standing like this, I want to stand like this, right? Rather than standing like that, I want to stand like that.
Okay.
Right? And I'm sure I spent about 80% of my life like that. So
Not the time when you were with me.
so, all right, my friends, thank you so much. I'm going to stop the recording.